Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn how to create a table in OpenOffice Base. So there are two ways to create a table. One is creating table in design view. Another one is use wizard to create a table. So today we will see how to create a table in design view. First of all, we should understand what are fields and what are records in a table. So just see this table. This table is used to store details of the students of a school. So this table has admission number, name, date of birth, address, and phone number of the students which we want to store. Now in this table, there are 5 fields: admission number, name, date of birth, address, and phone number. So there are 5 fields. Fields are also called as columns or attributes. And there are 3 records in this table. So there are records of 3 people in this table. Records are also called as rows or tuples. So in this table, if we see, we are having 5 fields and 3 records. You can see there are 3 students whose admission number is 1, 2, and 3. So there are 3 records and 5 fields. Now we will see how to create a table in OpenOffice Base. So first of all, when we open OpenOffice Base, it will show us a window like this. If we are creating a new database, we have to click on create a new database. If we have already made a database and we want to open that, we can click on open an existing database and select the file which you want to open. Or you can also click on this and search for the file which you want to open. So now I am creating a new database. So I am clicking on create a new database and click on finish. So because I am creating a database freshly, so I am clicking on create a new database and click on finish. And after that, it will ask you to save your file. Suppose I'm writing the name of the file as school and save it. So this is a window which will open. This is a window for a database, and you can see there are various objects here: table, queries, forms, reports. Today we will see how to create a table. So we will go to create table in design view. Double click on this option. Now we have to make a table which is shown over here. So there are various fields: admission number, name. All these fields will take one by one. Suppose I am taking admission number. Admission number, next column is field type. Field name, admission number, field type. That means what kind of data can be stored in this field. So generally admission numbers are numeric field, so I can take it as number. To be more precise, I can also take it as integer. Integer means non-decimal values. Then second field is name. Name can store text data type. It is an alphanumeric value or alphabets we can store in name. Then we can take address. Again, address will also be text. It can contain both alphabets and numbers. Then we can take phone number. Phone numbers, we can take it as number data type. So there are various data types available over here. We can select anyone as per the field which we are taking. Now suppose we are taking date of birth, DOB. I am taking short form for date of birth, DOB. And here you can select the field type as date. So date of birth should be in proper date format. Another field which is given over here. So these fields we have taken. Now we can take one more field that is suppose transport. Whether the child is opting for transport facility from school or not. So I am taking it as a yes no field. Yes no field means it will store a value either yes or no. Yes means student is taking transport facility from school. If we select no, that means it is not taking a transport facility from school. So now some fields we have taken here. Now tell me which of these fields will always have a unique value. Name. 2 students can have same name in a school. 2 students can have same address and phone number also. If the siblings are studying in the same school, so they can have same address and phone number. Even students can share their date of birth also. Transport will also be same. Many students can opt or not opt for transport. But admission number in a school will always have a unique value. So admission number will be called as a primary key. So that field which will always have a unique value is called primary key. It's a unique field which will always have a unique value. So now We will take admission number as primary key. Right click on this field header, this gray color field header besides admission number. Click on primary key option. We will see a key symbol is made over here. So now we have taken admission number as primary key. It is better if you create a primary key when you are making a table. Otherwise, afterwards, a table may not be able to enter the records. So make a primary key in your table before you save it. I am saving the table now. I am giving it the name student. Click on OK. Now, after this, you can close this table. You will see the icon of student table is appearing over here. So this table we have made in create table in design view. Double click on this icon to open it. Now here you can enter the records of the student. So any phone number you can enter. Then you can enter date of birth in proper format. Then transport, I'm just increasing the height, width of the column. So transport, I tick, that means yes, transport is available. Then write some address, write some phone number, any dummy phone number you can type. So no for transport for the student. Okay. Then third, any phone number I am typing. Okay. Make sure you are entering date of birth in a correct DDMMYY or MMDDYY format as per the system accepting. Now, in this table, we have entered 3 records. There are 3 records. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. Save the table. Now we will see how to use field properties. Now, if I have to make some changes in the structure of the table, right click on the table and click on edit. When you click on edit, you will see the structure of the table which we have defined earlier. Suppose I want one more field called class. Class can be anything, 10th A, 10th B, 10th C, 10th D, whatever class you want to take. It's a text field now. At the bottom, you will see there are some field properties. Field properties are there associated with each field. Click on name. As you can see, there is a field called length. What is this field used for? Length, it enters the maximum text length permitted. That means it shows you how many characters you can enter in name. By default, field length of text is 50. Suppose I want 10. That means in name we can enter only 10 characters. Then there is a field for date of birth. There is a property called format. So I'll click on these dots. I want to change the format of date of birth, the date format which is coming. So I am taking this format for date and click on OK. Now next, class. I want by default the value of class for each new record should be 10th A. This should be the default value. So default value means when you enter a new record, what value should be shown. So it will automatically put 10th A, but we can change it if we want. So 10th A is shown over here. So these properties we have done. Then name, we can also want that. We do not want that name should be left blank. When we are entering the records, we want to make sure that we do not forget to enter the name. So we can use entry required as yes. Entry required yes means it is compulsory to enter a value in a field. पहले अपने name, you have to first click on the name and then click on the option of entry required. Yes. That means you cannot leave the name blank. So we have used some properties like length, how many characters to be entered in a text field, then default value, click on class and then we have entered a default value, click on date of birth, click on the format, you can change the format and entry required for name we have set to yes. Now save it. After saving, I am closing it. Now we will use this in data entry. Now I am entering a new record. You can see one more field class has been entered. 10th A is automatically written in the new record. The record which we have entered previously, the class is not written over there because we have used default property later on. And you can see the format of date of birth is also changed. Now I am entering admission number. Now suppose if I don't enter admission number here, what will happen? Just see. It is showing an error to me. Suppose I'm just closing. Yes. So suppose if I don't enter admission number, so it is showing that attempt to insert null into a non-nullable column admission number. That means since we have taken admission number as primary key, we cannot leave that column blank. It is compulsory to enter a value in a primary key field. A primary key field cannot have a null value. It cannot have a blank. Suppose if I enter 3 again in admission number, we have already taken admission number 3. And if I take 3 again, attempt to insert, error inserting the new record, because here I have entered a duplicate value in the primary key field. See now. So this is a error. So I have to take a field, a value which should be unique for a primary key. Okay. Now I am entering one more value here. If I want, I can leave phone number blank because I have not done entry required yes for phone number. And I am entering any date here. When I press enter, automatically you will see the format has changed. Okay. Now, if I want to enter some class here. I am entering here. Okay. Now I am entering the next record, 5. Suppose I leave this name blank. I am leaving date of birth also blank. And you can see 10th is automatically written over here. But if I want, I can change it to 10th D or any value. Now you will see it is showing me an error. We have inserted null into a non-nullable column name. Why? Because we have taken name, entry required as yes. So it is compulsory to enter a value in name. So I am writing any value here for name. But if I leave date of birth blank, it will not show any error to me. Now you can see. So it is compulsory to enter a value in name. One more thing, if I enter a name which is long, which is more than 10 characters long, because I have taken length as 10. And when I go to next record, it is showing me value too long in the statement. Why? Because I have taken name to be of 10 characters only. I cannot enter a name of more than 10 characters. So this is a requirement. Okay. So these are the ways in which we have specified the fields properties. So just right click again, go to edit if we want to change any structure of the table. So these are the field properties which we have done: length, default value, format, entry required for different fields. There is one more property called as auto value. Auto value. So I am just taking integer here, and you will see a property called auto value is coming up over here. This property is available only with integer. Now we will see what is this property used for. Let me delete this, right click and delete. I am deleting this column. So I am not saving the changes here. I'll make another table and show you what is the use of auto value. So create table in design view. Suppose I am taking employee ID and taking it as integer, and name I am taking, and text. Employee ID is a primary key. So right click, primary key. A primary key, a key symbol will come over here on the left side. Now click on employee ID, click on auto value, click on yes. Auto value means the database will automatically put some value in the employee ID field. You do not need to enter any value in it. Save it, give some name, click on OK, and close it. Now in a database, you can create any number of tables. Like I have made 2 tables now. You can create any number of tables in a database. Now you can see here, it is showing auto field. I am not entering any value. I am just entering a value for name. It is showing 0 here as a initial value. I am changing it to yes, it to 1. So I have changed the value of 0 to 1 so that next time it should enter the next value for me. Now I am taking another record, another name. Automatically you will see 2 is written over here. And I'm entering another name here. Automatically 3 is coming. So auto field means it will automatically enter the values. You do not need to enter any value for the field. So like this. So here we have entered 4 records now. So this is a use of auto value. Now another method is use wizard to create table. Double click. Use wizard means there are some predefined tables in database based on which you can create your own tables. So there are two categories of table, business and personal. So, and there are some sample tables given. Suppose I want to take customers table or I want to take employee table. Any table you can take. Which fields you want? Suppose I want to take customer ID. Click on the field name. Click on this arrow. Suppose I want to take company name. Click on the field company name. Click on this arrow. I want to take city and arrow. Then I want to take, suppose there are many fields given over here. I want to take their mobile number, and so 4 fields I have taken. Now click on next. Now these are the fields and some information is given over here. The field types are given integer. There the field type is text. For city again text. For mobile number it is text. So, and click on next. If you want to create a primary key, yes. You can create a primary key. Use an existing field as primary key. Yes, I want to use customer ID as primary key. So the customer ID field will be set as primary key. And then click on next. Then this is the way you have to give a name to the table. Suppose the name is customers only. I want to save. Insert data immediately. Click on this and finish. Now this table is made for you. Your customer ID. You have to write any name for the company. You have to write city. You have to write any mobile number. This table is made automatically. So wizard means you can make a table based on some predefined designs available for the table in the database, and you can keep on entering the records and the table is made automatically for you. So this is how you have to make a table.